Hey guys, it's PokeDude. Oh, we're here. 1,000 episodes of Fate Grand Order. I never imagined the series would go on for this long. We're taking a quick break from Shin today to go through my Servant and Craft Essence collection and do some Q&A. This footage is pre-recorded, by the way. I couldn't answer questions and go through the menus at the same time. Also, this is unscripted, so sorry if I lose my train of thought or stutter. Before we get into the questions themselves, I gotta tell you guys how the series got started. I kinda had an aversion to mobile games. So I wasn't really expecting to turn this into a series at all. It was just going to be a one-off video of doing the prologue, since I knew the story from the First Order OVA. But I ended up getting into it, and I decided to turn it into a series. But I looked ahead on the Japanese version and saw that chapters were released every couple months. So I was like, all right, I'll just go back to this game every couple months, and then do other stuff in between. Then the Does Moon Goddess Dream of Dumplings event came out, and I looked at the event info on that, and I was like, wait, this is only going to be available for a limited time, and anyone who doesn't do it is never going to be able to watch these cutscenes again. And I decided at that moment, alright, I need to archive this game's story in its entirety, and it's not going to be every couple of months, it's going to be every couple of weeks. I mean, I enjoyed what I played up to that point, so I wasn't dreading it, but it was only right then that I realized what I had gotten myself into. Oh, and by the way, about the... so I'm doing the servant collection through my room rather than my inventory, since the craft essences would get kind of messy. The servant info here doesn't show grails or foes for some reason. So just know that all of my servants are max level. Most of them are max foed. And for the grails, I've got Matahari, Nero, and Bunyan up to level 100. Mysterious Heroine Double X and Elizabeth are up to 90. And I've got Summer BB up to 94. Alright, let's get started with the questions. First up, from Gold Wade. Who's your favorite character in the entire Fate franchise, and why? That'd be Nero. I grew to like her when I first played Fate Extra years ago, and I absolutely fell in love with her in Fate Extella. Just love her personality, her design. Also, gameplay-wise, I think she's really underrated in this game. She doesn't hit as hard as some of the other sabers, but she's really good at surviving. And my longtime viewers will know how many times she's saved me from certain defeat just because she would not die. Let's see. Next up, from BK Tier. Are there any upcoming servants you plan to roll for, and are there any upcoming CEs you plan to roll for? Short answer is all of them. I usually try to at least make an attempt at rolling on every new banner. I mean, if you're asking for anything specific that I'm looking forward to, let's just say there's a certain character that'll appear either at the end of February or at the start of March that I'm saving up some tickets for. Let's see, from Ari Maxis. Sorry if I mispronounced any of these names, by the way. Who's your favorite FGO YouTuber, if you have any? I don't really follow any other FGO YouTubers. Thing is, most of them play the Japanese version, and I do try to avoid story spoilers when I can. I mean, servant names are one thing. I already know who Captain is, but I don't want to know what happens in Lost Belt 4 just yet, for example. Although I will watch the occasional meme video when one pops up. Plushie Mistress made a couple good ones. And the other question is, what is your least favorite game you've ever played? I've got 2 games that hold that title. The original Pokemon Ranger and Paper Mario Sticker Star. Pokemon Ranger's issue is just purely, like, the core gameplay is flawed. You have to draw a certain number of circles around a Pokemon with the DS's touchscreen. And if they break the line, or if you slip off the touchscreen for even a moment, you have to start all over again. And, oh boy, some of those Pokemon required you to draw like dozens of circles, and I just could not continue with it. Fortunately, the sequels fixed that by giving them like regenerating life, so as long as you kept the pressure on, you were allowed to make mistakes, and I actually liked those later games quite a bit. And Paper Mario Sticker Star, I think anyone who's played that game can tell you why it sucks. Combat is actually bad to get into combat. There's no benefit to it. Some of the puzzles are obtuse. You literally cannot win some boss fights unless you bring the exact right thing sticker with you. You'll eventually run out of stickers, and it'll just kick you out of the fight. And I gave up, I think, on the Poke Boss. Like, I brought the baseball bat, but I didn't know you had to wait till a certain point in the fight to use it. And yeah, both of those games are just so bad that I rage quit them. I can't say that about any other game I've ever played. Let's see, from Christian Rodriguez. Do you have any plans on doing every servant you can get, or are there some exceptions? Well, like I said before, I am trying to roll for every servant, although some I put more effort into than others. Like, I used to, before Valentine's Day started, I would prioritize servants that got interludes, so I didn't try that hard for the summer servants. But then Nero came along and I had to get her. And this other question, in the Lost Belts, which do you dread the most? Well, like I said, I don't really know much about anything after the current chapter. But, yeah. Yeah, sorry, I can't answer that one, really. Let's see, from Xavier Wolfgang Jones. Do you think that in FGO will they make other classes of John Alter? I mean, anything's possible. They certainly haven't held back so far. And which altered servant is your favorite out of the ones you already have? I guess Saber Alter. She's useful. Yeah, she's basically just a cheaper Altria. Although personality-wise, I do really like Summer John Alter a lot. just like a weeb. Let's see. From George Pace. What tips would you have for a player that just started the game, e.g. just finished Orleans? Really enjoying watching your playthrough so far. Well, first, thank you for that. But tips for beginners. First of all, send friend requests after every fight. There are people who will accept anyone, even newbies, and then they'll carry you through some of the earlier chapters. But you should make sure that you have something on your support list besides MASH, because even if it's just some low-level silver servants, that shows that you care about playing the game seriously. And by the way, don't underestimate the strength of the 1 to 3 star servants. The gold ones might have higher stats, but lower ones tend to have some really good skills that can be useful for support, and some are highly specialized at damaging certain enemies. Uriel, for example, is one of the best servants in the game for killing male sabers. And of course, you should also make sure early on you just want to focus on getting a few of your favorite servants leveled up, because levels are more important than matchups early on. But by London, you probably want to have at least one servant of each class at max level. Let's see, from Noah Weathers. What has been your favorite Singularity, Pseudo-Singularity, Lost Belt, and event thus far? Well, favorite Singularity would have to be Babylonia. It was just a really good story beginning to end. Camelot's a close second. Pseudo-Singularity, I think Salem. It's just a fun little mystery story. Agartha, I know gets a lot of hate, but I actually enjoyed that one quite a bit as well. The only one I didn't like at all was Shimosa. As for the Lost Belts, I haven't finished Shin yet at the time of recording this, but I think it's going to end up being one of my favorites. It's just a really tight story. As for events, I don't know, there's a lot of good ones. All the Gouda Gouda ones. The summer events are pretty good. I'm not sure I could just pick one favorite there. Let's see, who are your 3 favorite characters in FGO? Well, Nero, again, number 1. Is it cheating if I just say Caster Nero and Nero Bride? I also really like Elizabeth. She was my first gold servant, and I also really liked her in Fading Stella. Oh, and Matahari, I mean, I did grail her to 100. I just wish she had more screen time in the story. Let's see. From Astolfo of Charlemagne. For how long have you been into Fate as a whole? Probably about 8 years now. I think I started by reading the visual novel, and I know Fate Zero was airing at the time. I was still pretty new to anime at the time, and I was just looking at all the popular franchises. I was like, all right, what's Fate? And I start with the visual novel because that's what was recommended. And I think I finished it like just as Fate Zero had finished airing. So from there, I just watched everything. And 2. How has it felt having been here since the beginning of the NA server release? Any exhaustion or so yet? Especially if you were able to play the Japanese version starting years, if at all. I've never touched the Japanese version, but as for exhaustion on the English version, yes and no. Like, whenever there's some downtime, the daily grind is kind of a slog. Reruns of old events usually aren't that interesting, but as soon as new content drops, I'm always excited to jump right back in. I've still never missed a single login, except for that one day last year when everyone lost it because of the 24-hour maintenance. And from... Ooh, I'm gonna mess this up. Huang Kui Lei? Sorry about that. How much have you spent on Fate Go? I knew someone was going to ask me that. I've actually been free to play since Shinjuku because of the whole Emiya altar thing. But during the first year and a half, I probably spent over $600 on it. The only time I ever really wailed was for Mysterious Heroine X. Because I just really wanted her and to do her interludes. But like after that, I had a policy of spending $80 on the game, which is like one top up for every $200 I earned from YouTube ads. But of course, my channel at the time of this recording is demonetized, so even if I was still spending money on the game, I wouldn't be able to do that right now. But all right, and looks like that was all the questions I got. Thanks, everyone. All right, I'm gonna let the collection here continue running for a bit. Here's to another 1,000 episodes of FGO. Unless the game ends before then, that's also a possibility. I'm always happy to answer questions like this, so, you know, if there's anything you'd like to know about me or my thoughts on the game, you can just leave a comment on the latest episode of the series. Thanks again for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video. Let's continue shit next time.